Hello, this is Clint from Clint's Permaculture Garden. I want to show you something that is beyond cool if you're into trees. I've showed a thing where, if you haven't seen it, you can go back on the other stuff I've got on YouTube where I'm showing training trees with wire. There's a very negative part to doing that, which I've seen on some of my own trees. If you get a bunch of wind in the limbs, kick it just a certain way, it can take bark off the limb and the trunk. That is not always a problem, but it can definitely be a problem if you're having some blight and stuff like that, disease problem, because you're opening that tree up. Well, I was talking to a buddy of mine, Chip Davis, down in Mississippi, and I was telling him, because he saw that video, and I was like, it'd be nice if I could get away from the wire anyway. The tree trainer has been born, and I'm going to show you what that is. And what this is cool, even though I'm going to be upscaling my property to a lot bigger than this, in the actual quote kitchen or production garden, I'm still going to have espalier trees for ease of production, and if I do a U-pick, it'll be really easy for families to be able to come through and children to pick food. So I want to espalier, but what I don't want to have to do is beat in all of those posts, run all that wire, keep it all tight, and spend all that money to espalier tree. That's what I don't like about standard espalier. With the tree trainer, as simple as this little thing is, you'll see how this works. Now this is a pink lady that I'm going to be moving to the other property, so I haven't done anything with, and I'm gonna have several videos on this. I'm just excited and want to show you what this is. This is one I've already done. This tree will be espaliered out. Now this is not perfect yet. I'm going to let that sit in the spring. I'll be able to run this down and tighten the tree trainers in a little bit different way. So the natural way that this tree is going to be trained is straight out. I'll keep it cut on the edge. I've already started doing this. I'll whack this off and this, everything off just like I would on a regular espalier, but I'm doing it with no wires and no poles and no maintenance really, because I'm going to train the tree to be the shape that I want in a very simple way. And the tree trainer is just pieces of metal that you can easily bend any way that you need to bend it. I mean, you can do it with your hands, whether you need a slight bend or a strong bend. And the cool thing about this is, see, I have a lot of space between this, but I don't want to put so much tension on the tree that I start breaking it. So I'll let it get used to that, and then I will tighten this down and tighten it down, and eventually I'll have a perfectly parallel limb. And I can go through and I could do hundreds of trees in a day with this method, where I could never do that with a regular espalier. So the tree trainer is a simple tool that you bend to the shape that you want the tree. You could get very creative with this, even almost bonsaiing if you want to get very creative in your pots and stuff, bigger full-size apple trees to get some cool shapes. And this is the 4-inch one, which will do a lot smaller trees, which I've got a lot I've already done up this way. I'm really liking this. And then on the next video, I'm going to show you a bigger one and why you can really get super production for a lot of different reasons out of a tree.